Is this brand new Surface Laptop 7 the best Windows laptop you can buy on the market right now? Let's find out. Starting with design, Microsoft sent over the 13.8-inch model in this really nice dune finish. The entire laptop is aluminum, so it feels very premium, and it is also incredibly light and thin. It weighs in at just 2.96 pounds and is 17.5 millimeters thin. When I say this device looks incredible, I mean it. This laptop has a really nice finish to it. On this side, there are two USB-C ports, a USB-A port, and a headphone jack. And on the other side, we have a port for the charger, which is also magnetic. The actual keyboard is really nice and clicky, and the trackpad is nice and large and really responsive. Overall, the design on this laptop is very sleek and honestly gives the MacBook Air a run for its money. Now let's talk about the display, sound, and camera. The Surface Laptop 7 features Microsoft's Pixel Sense Flow, which is a fancy way of saying that the display features multi-touch. The touchscreen works very well, and tied in with Windows, navigating just feels so intuitive. I found myself using the touchscreen pretty often. The actual display has a PPI of 201, so everything looks really sharp. It also has a dynamic refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and has adaptive color and contrast management, so everything automatically looks like it always pops. The display also features HDR, so you can always get richer blacks, crisper whites, and vibrant colors. Sound on this laptop is also pretty decent. It features Dolby Atmos, but honestly I found the bass a little lacking. Overall, sound was just fine on this laptop. Don't expect a wide range, especially given how thin this laptop is. Camera quality on this laptop is pretty good. The laptop has an HD front-facing camera, and it uses AI to automatically frame you, improve lighting and background blur, and also has some cool creative features. Another cool AI feature is eye contact, so it actually makes it look like you're automatically looking at the camera rather than away, which is kind of wild. The camera is also used for unlocking the device, which works so well and is so fast. Now let's talk about performance. This is Microsoft's first Surface laptop that's powered by a custom Snapdragon X Elite chip that is supposed to rival the Apple M3. Performance on this laptop is pretty wild. The Snapdragon X Elite is really fast, and in some benchmarks it's even outperforming Apple's M3 chip, which is a pretty impressive feat. I tried video editing on the laptop using some stock 4K footage in CapCut, and honestly it was running so well. To put it to the test, I also applied so many random, and I'd say pretty involved filters and effects on the footage to see if the laptop would stutter at all, or if the fans would turn on, and they never did. Exporting the video is also pretty fast, and I do have to say that the speed and performance of this laptop really does live up to the hype. Now I know this laptop isn't marketed as a gaming laptop, but I still wanted to try out how it handles it, so I tried out Planet Zoo. Performance was actually pretty good considering one, the game isn't actually natively compatible with Windows ARM yet, and yet I was still able to play the game using the highest settings. I did notice that the fans came on pretty quickly with this game, but given that it's not a native app, there's probably a ton of inefficiencies going on behind the scenes, so it's understandable. Overall though, I'm pretty impressed with how the game ran. With all of this supercharged performance, you're probably wondering if the 20 hours of battery life, which firstly is a wild claim, is actually accurate. I'd say in my testing, it's pretty close. I did notice that the battery life would go down pretty fast using apps that aren't natively optimized for ARM, like Planet Zoo, but when using apps that are optimized in simple browsing, the battery lasted really long. This laptop is also Copilot plus PC, which means that it has a ton of really cool AI features. Those of you that have been following my channels know that I'm a huge fan of Copilot and use it so often. With the Surface Laptop 7, Copilot is baked into it at a software and hardware level. It has an NPU that lets it perform 45 trillion operations per second, which means that AI is really fast on this laptop. When you're using Microsoft Edge, you can bring up Copilot to summarize entire articles, and you can even ask it follow-up questions if you'd like to learn beyond what's on the screen. You can also use Copilot in Edge to help you write literally anything. In the Photos app, you can use AI to help you edit. You can add some really cool creative effects and even tone up or tone down the creativity level. Sometimes it gets a bit too abstract and can turn a picture of yourself into literally art that has nothing to do with you. It's honestly pretty fun to see how it interprets the picture. In Microsoft Designer, you can use AI to create any type of image. I made some really cool wallpapers that I'm a pretty big fan of. Overall, I'm really excited that Microsoft is going all in on AI, and I cannot wait to see how Copilot continues to take over. Now, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but this is Microsoft's first laptop that is ARM based, and with that, just like when Apple made the transition, there are quite a few apps that aren't natively compatible yet, like Apple Music. I was bummed to find out that I could not use the native app, and this isn't Microsoft's fault. Developers are the ones that need to add compatibility, and sometimes that takes time. So if you're looking at purchasing this laptop, be sure to do some research to make sure that the apps that are crucial to your workflow actually work on this laptop. it'll likely be a few more cycles before we start to see widespread compatibility. So who is the Surface Laptop 7 really for? The Surface Laptop 7 has some of the best performance that we've seen on a Windows laptop in this size and form. It's really exciting to see Microsoft go all in on ARM-based architecture, and these laptops are truly a beast. So if you're looking for the best all-rounder Windows laptop that's out on the market right now, this one is for you.